What's up, JT Gunner here, back with more Soul Calibur 2. Alright, I want to check out Weapon Master mode. This is like a very strange, but yet pretty fun mode. And we'll just sort of dive right into it. So, Weapon Master is basically like just a series of challenges that you do, and it sort of like takes place in this alternate reality RPG type mode where different Soul Calibur characters basically take on different like roles. Like they play characters that aren't themselves, I guess is what I'm really trying to say. But yeah, it's just like this fun little thing. There is a story to it, but it's also like, I don't know, it's not the most engaging of stories, if I'm gonna be honest. Like, there's no voiced cutscenes. There's no real animated cutscenes. It's all basically like this, like you see in this background. There's a bunch of text and there's a bunch of still images, and really within Weapon Master itself, it's really just all text. So I'm not even gonna bother reading the story text, honestly. If you want to check it out for yourself, I mean, check out this game. But honestly, the game story is not really worth writing anything home about, except you do get like a little bit of this cool fan service. Like there was some characters from the earlier Soul Calibur games / Soul Edge, you know, showing up like at the bottom of that image there, and then showing all the Soul Calibur 2 characters. And we even saw our boy Link. He was right there. So alright, it's just showing us this prologue again. I mean, it's just sort of setting up the stage, I guess. So, in Weapon Master mode, press start to open the command menu. Various controls such as character and weapon changes can be performed in the command menu. So yeah, you basically get to pick a character that will be your like avatar for the world. But you could switch your character at any time, in which, yeah, we'll be switching our characters, definitely. So yeah, just basically telling us, you know, the basics of Weapon Master here. One of the challenges in Weapon Master mode is collecting your bounty of different weapons. In Weapon Master mode, you may use any of the weapons in your possession. Moreover, you can use the weapons you collected in extra modes. And then, of course, there's also other unlockables you can get, mainly like illustrations, videos, and even like unlockable characters. This is the mode that you play when you want to unlock characters. And I don't see why you wouldn't want to unlock characters. In fact, as you can see in the bottom row, there's 5 we haven't unlocked yet. So yeah, we're just gonna play as Link. Link's a pretty basic kind of OP character, and he's really good for being like this mode's like sort of neutral avatar, because the guest characters really don't play roles in like as NPCs in this mode, and you'll see what I mean when we really get into it. But anyway, we'll just sort of skip through it. It's like, hey, you're a new guy, welcome to Regulus, you gotta go to the proving grounds, and this is the tutorial. This is the game's tutorial. Alright, so we have to fight Mitsurugi. You can't see it because my PNG tuber's kind of blocking the view a little bit. But yeah, as you can see at the bottom, like, right, Mitsurugi's name is Edgar. I try to gesture with my mouse, but obviously can't see it. I was just trying to gesture over, like, the OBS game capture, but obviously you can't see that. You can only see what OBS is actually capturing. So anyway, this is basically saying A is your horizontal attacks. It's very good against, you know, enemies that are trying to walk around you. And then vertical, which is good against, you know, ducking enemies. Yeah, this is a little bit of rock, paper, scissors here. Like, vertical attacks are strong against horizontals, and then things like that. So now it's telling us about kicks. It's saying A, B, and K for, like, the moves, but it's like, I don't know why they do that. It's like a weird arcade thing. Like, anyway, yeah, it's telling me to block with G, or in this case, by default, B is the block button. So, yeah, unlike a lot of fighting games, you actually have a dedicated guard button for Soul Calibur. You don't just, like, hold back, and it's, like, telling me we could, like, move around. It's saying use the control pad. Again, this game, you know, it's also on PS2. I think it may have been originally in development for PS2. It's telling us, you know, grab switches. Grab is guard and either one of the attack buttons at the same time. Okay, now it's telling us about guard impacts. So you want to basically hit guard and then left or right at the same time. So you have to try to get him. Okay. Yeah, we're kind of out of range. There we go. There we go. And telling us about Soul Charge, the move nobody uses. Basically, it powers you up. Like, they stop using this mechanic. Like, by Soul Calibur 4, it's like not even in the game anymore. So, anyway, we unlocked a new feature. And as you can see, we earn EXP and gold is the big one here. That is what we will use to buy weapons. So now we got extra practice mode, so we can practice with our acquired weapons in, like, the main game. So, there we go, there we go. So now we have the first actual stage here, but first we could go to the shop, because we got 600 gold. We could sort of, like, go through and try to get, like, an alternate weapon. The one I want, the Razor Sword for Link, a little bit too expensive, so we can't get it now. We'll be fine. So, yeah, utilize all that you've learned to defeat the enemies, and then there's a story right here. It's, again, not gonna bother reading the story. Let's, like, dude, it's text, and it's not what you really play this mode for. Not unless you really care about this game's, like, alternate lore, and honestly, it's not even that interesting. If I'm gonna be honest, it's just not bad, but it's like, all you really want to do is fight, and of course, sometimes in Weapon Master mode, you know, different like story missions will have like different challenges. Like you might have reduced health, or you might actually play as a character that you're not normally selecting, or you have to, you know, beat the enemy in a certain time, or they're only vulnerable to a certain type of attack. So yeah, all we gotta do is beat, you know, these three characters right here, Kilik, Zhanghua, and Maxi, they were the protagonists, basically, of the original Soul Calibur. That is Soul Calibur 1, not Soul Blade or Soul Edge. None of these characters were in Soul Blade, so... Yeah, but yeah, Zhanghua was basically, like, the main character of, Soul Calibur. Like, literally, when you got to Inferno in, Soul Calibur, and you're playing as Zhanghua, her sword transforms into Soul Calibur, because canonically her sword was Soul Calibur in disguise in that game. So, yeah, a little bit of spoilers for there, but you know, I mean, guys, it's been almost 30 years since Soul Calibur on Sega Dreamcast came out, which I kind of wish they'd port to more modern platforms. It's on Xbox. If you got an Xbox console, you can like get it for there. Like I had it for Xbox 360 and I could play it on Xbox One. So yeah. Anyway, we beat all these guys. So pretty good, pretty good. Alright, so now we have this next stage, which should be interesting, but first we're gonna actually buy some weapons. We're gonna get the Razor Sword for Link. Of course, the Razor Sword from Majora's Mask. Because all of Link's weapons, except for one, are basically, like, from this other Zelda games. And I got enough to buy maybe one more. And, of course, there's, like, alternate costumes for certain characters. Not all characters have alternate costumes. They're hella expensive. It's gonna, like, require some grinding, but I'll try to get some as I can. Anyway, let's see. You know what, fuck it, I'm gonna hold on to my gold for now. Okay, so right now we have this last mission right here, and it's basically gonna be like a boss battle, I guess. Anyway, you have Mitsurugi as a guy named, not Mitsurugi, excuse me, Raphael. I'm getting my characters mixed up already. They don't even look alike, but yeah. In this game's narrative, Raphael shows up as like a recurring foe. So that's why it played like a unique song, and he even emoted on his own. Because you can make your character emote by pressing a button on the versus screen. Normally the CPU does not emote, but in Weapon Master mode, Raphael, when you fight him as Leon, he will emote. So, anyway, pretty simple, right? Pretty simple. And we've cleared the chapter. Alright, and we've unlocked a new feature. What do we unlock? What do we unlock? We unlocked the Lakeside Coliseum as a selectable stage. Unfortunately, I pretty much played this game by myself, so that's only good for, like, you know, practice mode or, you know, versus mode. Too bad you can't do versus mode by yourself in this game. That is not really a thing you can do. Anyway, we'll just go ahead and play the second chapter a little bit. There's not too much longer to this chapter. So anyway, telling us about the story. It's like, hey, move on to this next area because you're looking for Soul Edge. Land 20 hits on the enemy and survive the round. Now, here is a strategy you can do. Link would be an okay character for this, but I'm going to play as Talon because it says what you need to do is land a certain number of hits and then win. So, let's see, does Talon have a weapon we can buy here? Actually, yes she does, the Tonfa. Okay, cool. So, let's see. We could change her weapon right here. Powerful single strikes, but lacks offense. That'll be fine. So anyway, we want to hit the enemy 20 times and survive. So we got freaky old Valdo here. Was talking about him in my last video. He used to freak me out as a kid. But, you know, it was 2003, 2004. I was pretty close-minded as a kid. You see this weird man of bondage gear and going, ew, disgusting. So anyway, a good way to get to that 20 count, AAYY as Talon. There you go. We should reach that count in no time. Assuming I don't fuck up, but... There we go. And one more. Yep, there we go. There we go. Of course, we only had a limited amount of time to do it all. That's why I made the switch to Talon. But there we go. There we go. And we've gone up a level. I call this a game RPG-like, but really, going up a level, like, it does matter, technically speaking, but it's not like you get stronger or anything. Basically, all that happens is you just go up a level, and there's a certain post-game chapter that actually requires you to be a certain level to unlock it, and yeah. So anyway, we'll switch back to Link, and we'll pick the Razor Sword, so... Alright, let's see this one. Strong gusts constantly push you and prevent you from stopping at the edge. So, yeah... Like I said, there's different conditions that we have to, you know, contend with and or fulfill in this mode. So this one is actually going to push us towards the edge of the stage. It won't push us off, but, you know, we have to be sure not to be the one that gets knocked off. Yeah, and it's like, yeah, Link's really good for this. Yeah, he's pretty cheap because you just have to dash forward, press A, and then Link literally swings the sword like a baseball bat. And, you know, it just really knocks him far. Really good for missions like that. Anyway, let's go to the shop. Any other weapons we can get for our boy, the Armo series? Okay. That's the weapons you see the Armo statues use in Ocarina of Time. Even though in that game, all they do is just, like, march forward towards you. They don't swing their swords. It's purely ornamental. Alright, so this is going to be an interesting stage. Because pretty much in every chapter, well, maybe not every chapter, but these do show up frequently. These are kind of like dungeons. And you basically gotta travel through this like little maze, do a bunch of fights, and then you fight a boss at the end. This one's gonna be very simple. That's why I'm kind of including it in this video. So yeah, as you can see there, I just moved from the exit to the next square, and there's always gonna be a fight. You have to fight like a character. So, like, here's Taki, and all we gotta do is just fight her. So, there we go. Alright, I don't think so. Oh, Lord. Yep, I don't think so. There we go. Oop. I was trying to remember how to do the sword plant move. It's down and Y. There we go. So, there we go. We beat Taki. So, we just move on to this next square. And this being like the first dungeon, it is a very brief one, so this won't take too much longer, but we gotta fight Maxie next. Sometimes the dungeons will have like different like properties to them, like maybe there'll be an earthquake and you gotta jump or block at the same I don't know what I'm trying to say. I guess I'm trying to commentate and play like a game like this is kind of hard, so you have to bear with me, but yeah, it's like sometimes there'll be like these different things that'll happen in the match that you have to sort of contend with. But anyway, here's the boss battle. As you can see with the evil Soul Calibur logo, that indicates the boss. So who are you fighting? Yoshimitsu. Alright, you gotta fight Yoshimitsu. Alright, so let's kick his ass and sort of wrap things up, shall we? Alright. Alright. Oh, fuck you, come on. Stop circling around me. There we go. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Nope, I don't think so. Look at... Ooh, there we go. There we go. Not bad, not bad. Pretty good. And we unlocked a new feature. I wonder what it is. And we've gone up a level. Like I said before, going up a level, really it's only good just to try to unlock that post-game stuff. Ah, Yoshimitsu. Oh yeah, he is an unlockable character in this game. I'm trying to think of who all the default unlockable characters are. I could kind of think of a few names, but I forget all of them, but anyway, yeah. Let's we won't start this next chapter. I really don't see a need to. Anyway, we'll just sort of skip through the story and see what weapons we can buy. Like go to the shop, get the side harp for Tom. That's really good. I think that's a really good weapon, honestly. Ooh, the Megaton hammer for Link from Ocarina of Time. Yeah, Link has his hammer. So yeah. Anyway, let's save our data, because you always want to try to save your data when you can. But anyway, I think this is a good stopping point for this particular video. I will record some more Weapon Master mode, you know, some other time. But for now, we'll just sort of cap things off here. This was a pretty good introduction to this mode, I feel. So anyway, that's going to be it for this video, guys. If you do me a solid, hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't already, because that would really help me a lot, and I do appreciate all your support. That's it. I'm done talking, so I will see you later.